Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the JRS Cars YouTube channel. In today's video, I have a car from Mahindra, this one right here, that has a massive fan following, and you guys are sure going to love this video. Let's begin straight away. That's it guys, we'll be reviewing this Mahindra XUV500. Let's get started straight away. Okay, visibility as you guys can see. Alright guys, so straight away starting with design, this XUV in black looks absolutely amazing and does look like a real monster. I drove this car earlier and you do feel like king of the road when driving this car. Talking about the design, this looks like a typical Mahindra XUV500. This being the facelift version, we get this new style grille over here, this LED DRL over here, and a set of projector headlights as well. You do get fog lights too. This is a W7 automatic version, and yes, this is the mid-level trim, but this vehicle comes equipped with everything you require to drive this car peacefully and comfortably. This car has also been tastefully modified with these awesome 18-inch wheels, and the tire size is 255/55 R18. Really massive wheels, black car on black wheels. What could be more sinister and mafia than this vehicle? Talk about the side profile, this vehicle has a typical SUV silhouette. Now this vehicle has been designed based on a cheetah, hence you have the cheetah-like haunches on the front as well as here on the rear as well. The door handles too have this cheetah-inspired claw or whatever. Does look a bit gimmicky to me, but works quite well. Doors open nice and big, and we'll get to the interior in a bit. Moving to the rear, now this being the facelift version, we get these restyle lights over here. They may divide opinion, but in my mind, it does look quite nice and gives the vehicle a really nice looking rear end. Talking about the vehicle, I mean, I'm 6 foot tall and this vehicle is like, I'm slightly taller than the vehicle. So that gives you an estimate of how tall and big this vehicle is. We have the Mahindra badging XUV500 W7 Automatic, and let's quickly open the boot. Yeah, so the boot opens nice and big, and as you guys can see, the 93 liters of boot space is occupied by this massive subwoofer, showing that the previous owner really valued music quality when compared to boot space. Moving to this side, vehicle looks absolutely amazing, and well, let's quickly jump inside to the back seat. So this vehicle, as you already saw, has upgraded audio system over here. We have one of the Polk audio speakers over here. I'll show you the remaining when you get inside. So talking about the back seat, I mean, you have a massive amount of room inside. Now this vehicle, yes, it's on a second owner, but as you guys can see, the seat cover has not been removed. This back seat has literally never been used before. Let's quickly get inside. Wow. Alright guys, so in the back seat of the Mahindra XUV500, so as you guys can see, knee room is adequate, headroom too is more than enough I have, and taking a look at the back, you do have your 7-seater seats over there, so if you want you can use them, if you don't want, don't need to. You do get a center armrest as well, with 2 cup holders, and I do believe that I am the first person to actually use this center armrest. You do get AC vents on the B pillar over here, and as well on the other side as well. The center is left quite flat, so 3 people can sit over here quite comfortably, and you have an interior light over here. That's quite cool. You have another light over here, a grab handle over here. So that pretty much sums up the rear seat experience of the XUV. It's definitely a spacious and comfortable place to be, and traveling long distances over here should not give any issues. With that, let's move to the front. You do get a request sensor over here, so you can lock and unlock the vehicle with the key in your pocket. Before checking the interior, let's check out the heart of this beast, the massive 2.2 liter M-Mark engine. So you got it, the doors open, hazard lights come on.
One eternity later.
Wow, there we have it, the beast of the Yamaha engine. Now this vehicle produces 155 bhp and 360 Newton meters of peak torque. So this is the diesel Mahindra goodness under the hood. Hood too is quite heavy, so you can do your weekly gym for the day, and that gets that done. So moving inside, we have this nice side step over here to help getting inside. Talking about door patch, you have the pole audio speaker again, 2 window controls, mirror controls, door pockets as well. Let's quickly get inside and let's start the car. We have push button start. Mahindra Rise. This, like I mentioned, is automatic, so we have the automatic lever over here, as well as these levers over here for shifting the gears manually. I'll show you that while driving. We have the handbrake, the typical Mahindra steering wheel, which feels really thick and nice to hold. You get a manual internal mirror, a sunglass holder, and my favorite, a conversation mirror. So looking at this, you can talk to the people behind you, provided they listen to you. We have a bunch of interior lights over here, making the cabin look really very bright. We have twin glove boxes, one over here and one down below. Both are really spacious. We have another storage over here. So this car is really full of storage spaces. It's quickly on the AC. So yeah, I mean, you have your steering motor controls over here. We have buttons for opening the fuel door, your headlights, and adjusting the brightness of the instrument cluster. Talking about instrument cluster, we have a speedometer, tachometer housed in these awesome binnacles over here, giving this vehicle a really sporty look. Does it fit the vehicle? Not really, but who cares? We have your headlight controls there, your wiper controls over here. This vehicle, despite being the W7 version, has a touchscreen audio system, as you guys can see. Works beautifully well. We have all your audio controls, climate control AC over here, hill descent control, your hazard light switch. Everything is in neat arrangement over here. We'd also have a center armrest with storage. So that's something cool. And let's quickly check out the audio system of this car. So let's go into radio. Let's go into FM. Sounds really amazing. I mean, this audio system has really had a lot of money pushed into it. Apart from this, you have settings like this. You can shift into your equalizer, your bass and fade, everything else. We have your navigation, car info, media, phone. Everything you require is in this vehicle. We have your range to empty, you have your alert, you have your service history. So everything you need to do is in this vehicle, and the graphics too are quite nice. So guys, with this I've shown you the exterior and the interior. Let's now get driving straight away. Alright guys, so driving the Mahindra XUV500. Before we get into the driving experience, let me tell you about the significance of this vehicle to Mahindra. The XUV was the one to transform Mahindra's brand image from a maker of rugged and basic vehicles like the Bolero and Scorpio to luxurious, comfortable and feature-laden vehicles like the XUV500. And that I think is a really great achievement by this vehicle. Talking about the driving experience, let's straight away start with the visibility. Now the visibility you get from this car is absolutely amazing. You sit nice and high, you have a good view of what's in front of you. You can clearly see the edges of the bonnet by sitting in the driver's seat. The mirrors too offer a good coverage of what's behind you, and you really have a commanding driving position driving this vehicle. Truly, smaller vehicles and bikes seem to just move out of your way and make way for the XUV500, and that's something I find really necessary for our driving conditions in Chennai. Talking about the steering, now the steering feel of this car is definitely not its USP. Yes, at low speeds, it's relatively light and easy to maneuver. However, as speeds increase, this steering does not give the confidence what you would expect from a vehicle of this size. Yes, guaranteed this is an SUV with a high center of gravity and relatively soft suspension, and thereby the steering feel is not that great and does not give you the confidence to push this vehicle hard and fast. Talking about this car's ride and handling balance, now the ride is pretty composed at low speeds, and at high speeds too it's pretty decent. However, if the roads are bad, you're going to feel a lot of vertical movement, and especially on speed breakers too, you can feel this as well. Talking about this vehicle's handling, now this is a big 1.8 ton SUV with a high center of gravity, a 7-seater vehicle at that, and this vehicle you cannot expect it to handle very well. However, handling is pretty decent. Yes, you're going to find a lot of body roll, and let's be honest guys, this vehicle is not a sedan built to carve up corners. It's a big 7-seater vehicle designed to take people comfortably from point A to point B, and that's something this vehicle does very well. Talking about the powertrain, now the XUV is powered by the M-Hawk 155 engine, producing 155 bhp and 360 Newton meters of peak torque, channeling the power to the front wheels via a 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. Overall, this engine and gearbox does work quite well for both city and highway use. However, don't forget, this is a 1.8 ton SUV and the power to weight ratio is not that great. Hence, performance is decent. I will not say it's like ballistic performance, but the performance is decent all round. And I must say, the weather we have today is absolutely amazing.
12 seconds later.
So guys, should you buy the XUV500? Well, this particular vehicle when it was brand new cost approximately 16 to 17 lakhs and this vehicle is on sale right now for around 10.8 lakhs. Now you will ask me a question, is it worth buying this vehicle right now or should you wait a few more months and get the brand new XUV700? Let me tell you this, the XUV500 does have a lot of features, is relatively comfortable, is a good rugged vehicle for driving from point A to point B or even exploring the countryside around your area. The XUV700 is definitely going to be more luxurious, more comfortable, and I'm also sure it's going to be more expensive than this vehicle and definitely will not have the same rugged go anywhere feel of the XUV500. So if you're looking for a rugged vehicle that's comfortable also, then go with the XUV500. However, if you're looking for a pure city vehicle or a highway vehicle alone, then I would suggest you wait for the new XUV700.
Please say a command after the beep.
Okay, we have voice command over here, but obviously it doesn't like my driving, I guess.
Command not recognized.
Thank you.
Please repeat. Command not recognized.
Shut
Please
up.
Repeat.
Shut up, please. Now let's see what happens if you switch off traction control. So now traction control is off. Let's see if that makes a difference. Going into manual mode. Going to first gear. Yes, in weather like this without traction control you're going to get only wheel spin. So that's something to take note of. Wow, I absolutely love driving this vehicle. You feel like you're really king of the road when driving this vehicle. Punching it now. As you guys see, the gearbox does not hold down the gear, so it does upshift automatically. So that's something to take note of. Let's turn traction control back on. And so guys, that's my review of the XUV500. If you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up and take a and subscribe also if not already done. Let's shift it into neutral. A massive thank you to Mr. Fahad Fazil of FF Cars Tamil Nadu for giving me this XUV for review. If you plan to buy this car, do click the link in the description below and that will take you straight to his Instagram page where you can deal with him directly and buy this beautiful XUV. Let's check out maneuverability now. So, hazard light switch. Putting the vehicle in reverse, we get a reverse camera as you guys can see. However, because it's raining, the clarity does not seem that great. So mirrors are quite big, offering good field of view, and you can quite easily navigate this car in tight spaces as well. So let's quickly park the car back inside, back from where we took it. As you guys can see, this tells you exactly how much of a distance you have from the vehicle behind you. That's quite a neat feature. With that, I'll see you in the next video really soon. Take care, bye bye, drive safe.